Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today I have got an awesome race for you. At PSR we run lobbies every Monday to Friday where I'm racing with friends, and we have some great races, and very often at the end of the evening I might pull up one of the replays and commentate on it and just relive the wicked race that we've just had. However, once in a while we have a simply outstanding race, and last Friday we had just one of those, and I'd like to share that with you right now. What's so special about this one? Well, we're at Le Mans, 9 laps, we've got some super close racing, we've got weather, we've got strategy, we've got a leader that plays the motor racing game perfectly, times everything to perfection. We've got second and third place runners that forget about bump drafting. Could that have lost them the race? Who knows? Who knows? This one was just amazing, and it warrants sharing it with you as a separate video. So I hope that you enjoy this one as much as I did. Enough waffle. Let's roll the tape.
Is there any particular part of it that we should be looking at? And I'm just sort of doing this as a bit of a wind down, if I'm honest. Just lose the headphones, so that way I'm not talking too loud. What a night! What an absolute night! I think we've had some good racing. There's been a few little incidents. Monza Turn 1 in particular, always. But I think we've had some cracking racing. So we're just on board with Unfazed at the moment. I'm just going to do the fan view. So we've got, I'm out front at the moment, and we've got Gamer Dan and Greg White, then Unfazed, Welsh Boy, Too Good, Borky and Orbolator. As we're coming down to the long straight. I haven't driven down it. I've been driven down this long straight back in the day. So lovely to drive it. We've got a bit of bump drafting potentially going on there, I think, which is all good, and that is perfect. Welsh Boy making a move on Greg, I think, there. I'm not quite sure. We'll have a look and see how things are going. That's where I think I went a bit deep, and then Gamer Dan punished me, and Unfazed got right on my back bumper. At the back we got a lovely little battle going on with Greg White and Welsh Boy, I think. Too Good is in the mix on that one as well. We've got Unfazed with bump drafting me down here. Perfectly done. And can I just add that he stopped bump drafting me at the perfect time. He wasn't in the braking zone, gave us plenty of time to brake, and he just nipped through there beautifully. Some absolutely stunning driving there. I've seen so many people this week bump drafting me at Daytona, and they give you one last hit right before the corner and you're full on the brakes and you're going off. None of that here. Absolutely brilliant. So at this point we've got Gamer Dan out front, then Unfazed. I'm in third, Too Good in fourth, chasing me down hard. We've got Welsh Boy behind, then Greg White, Borky and Orbolator. Oh, we got a bit of an issue there. Let's just go back a second. Who was that? Who was that? Was that me? Was that me? Oh no, that was where Too Good went off. Ah, that's right. I saw Too Good coming in really hot, and then I thought there's no way he's going to stop, and I just stayed out to one side, let him go underneath and then cut back. I love that move. I thought that was really cool. Absolutely loved it. To pieces. So at the moment we've got Gamer Dan out front, then Unfazed, then we've got myself being chased hard by Welsh Boy, absolutely flying, and Greg White just behind. So I'm very conscious at this point. We've got some really quick guys. Greg White did a beautiful move on this here. I think did he get past Welsh Boy? Yes, he did. He got that move done into there, and then he was back onto my bumper, and I was just blown away. I was thinking, what on earth did he get it sorted? Welsh boy saying you would do great in the chaos event with them, Lewis Mitchell. Trouble is, I don't do it very often. It was just I happened to look in the mirror just at the right time, and I thought there's just no way that he's going to be able to get through there. So it's just jump up. So we've got Unfazed and Gamer down really close, running really close. We've got a wicked battle going on here. We've got battles all over the place. But just with Unfazed and Gamer down here again, Unfazed just closing up on Gamer down through there, and then just a little bit further back, unfortunately we haven't got the timings, but really close between myself, Greg White, Welsh Boy. Just a little bit further back we've got Too Good and Borky in a battle as well. So we've got our own little battle. This is what I love about this community. We've got one race, 3 really tight battles going on. Up front, Unfazed now just off the back of Gamer Down a little bit. I think Gamer Down's is about half a second ahead, I would think, at this stage, as we get onto the long straight in lap number 2. And then just a little bit further back, Greg White, half-second penalty, and I've got Welsh Boy chasing down. So, you know, I'm very minded that I've got 2 really quick races chasing me down at the moment, and not a lot between us. There really isn't. Those boys really clean through there, and Greg White chasing me down. At the moment you've got Unfazed, he's chasing down Gamer down really fast. We just go on the chase cams for some of these. But he's actually closing into this second chicane. This is the left, and then we go around to the right. We just go up on the curb a little bit there. We're just unsettled. The Honda, just a small amount. Strange to see. Oh no, we're in the GR2s for this one. I was going to say, strange to see Unfazed in the Honda. Normally it's a Lambo or the Porsche, but it's in the Honda, going really well, closing on Gamer down here. Dan, Unfazed really late on the brakes, closed up brilliantly. Gamer down gets a squiggle. He's got it really light. That is going to give Unfazed an opportunity to come through, and Unfazed takes the lead. Unfazed just pulling through in the lead. The tyres at the moment, Unfazed has been a lot better on his tyres than the Nissan. I do love the Honda as a GR2 car. It's a brilliant all-rounder. It's fairly quick on the straights. It's blindingly quick through the corners. And Gamer down, just giving Unfazed to hurry up there. Just a couple of little bump drafts just to make sure that they can continue to build their advantage over Greg White, who's got past me at the moment. Just dropping back at the moment. Greg has got through. Welsh Boy right on the back of me right now. I've got a half second. Greg gets the second penalty. I moved across just to serve that one as well. Welsh Boy just picking up a little bit of the slipstream, and then I managed to get past Greg White. But up front, Gamer down now is chasing down Unfazed. Do we want to stay with this this one? This is where we really need a little five lap race, but it was so good. And of course we had the tyres, and we also had the weather. I thought Unfazed was going in the pits then, but he didn't. Going through the left right and the left right again. This is where you need to get a really good exit. Both of them got a great exit. A Welsh Boy is in third at this point, and about 3 or 4, maybe 5 seconds off of the leaders at the moment. And Greg White in fourth. I'm in fifth with a penalty at the moment, and obviously had a bit of an issue because I'm falling way back, and I've got Borky chasing me down at the moment. He's got a penalty too, but up front we've still got Unfazed out front as we go through the fast left, right, and then this super fast right-hander. If you cut the inside of this curb, as these two have done, it stops you from going too wide there. If you go too wide, you do get a penalty. And then we get on to the straight. I think that Gamer Down at this point will have some slipstream bouncing off the rev limiter. The tyre situation, look at the tyre difference between actually we've got Unfazed is on racing medium, so I didn't pick that up, and Gamer Down is on racing soft, so that will be the reason for the difference in the tyre degradation. So just jumping back on board with Unfazed, you can see that he's probably about 20% worn on the tyres, where Gamer Down is 50% worn on the fronts and well over 50% on the rears. So Gamer Down's tyres are really, really hurting right now, and that will explain, I think, a little bit why he is struggling to keep up with Unfazed. He's not going to have the tyre performance through the corners, although saying that, he moves up really close on Unfazed through there, and it looks like those tyres are actually still giving Gamer Down some life, certainly on par with the racing soft tyres. Both of their fuel situations are going to be similar. I lie again. Commentator is getting everything wrong in this one. We just watch them through this right hander. Oh, see Gamer Down just losing the back end as his tyres are starting to go. But with regards to the fuel, you've got Gamer Down just approaching a quarter of a tank, but Unfazed is now well under a quarter of a tank. So quite a big difference there on that one. As Gamer Down got to move. This will be brave with these tyres worn this much. This would be super, super, super brave. Looks like he's just playing the waiting game. Remember, this is a long half-hour endurance race. There is no need to really just chuck it up the inside. What he can do is watch, wait, see where he is quicker than Unfazed. See where Unfazed is making the mistakes. He can learn from that, whereas all Unfazed can really do is keep his lines, drive as best as he possibly can, qualifying laps if at all possible, whereas Gamer Down has got the advantage. He's the one chasing. He can see, he can monitor, he can learn from Unfazed up front, whilst also knowing how his own race goes. Also, Unfazed at this point probably doesn't know the tyre situation. He probably isn't aware that he is on better tyres, even though they're the harder compound. They've got to be driving better than Gamer Down's now. They both decided to pit at the same time. Now, did Gamer Down come in because Unfazed pitted to cover him off, or were those tyres done? I think those tyres were done. I think they were done. He could probably have done another lap on the fuel, I think. Unfazed, I think, was pretty much committed to coming in on the fuel there. At this point, Greg White is out front. He went with the racing medium tyres as well, which are barely worn. He's really been looking after those beautifully, and also the fuel. Just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. So Greg White in a great position at this point. Welsh Boy in second now with a half-second penalty. He's on the racing soft tyres, and you can see how they're worn. He's gone for a second lap because he used less fuel. Obviously on a different fuel map or different fuel strategy. This is what I love about this race as well, is the different strategies that were playing out in here, both the fuel and the tyres, both with Unfazed and Gamer Down, and also now with our leaders Greg White and Welsh Boy. For me, I was on the racing mediums. Again, my fuel not too bad on that one. I was trying to get all the way to a one-stopper. But our leaders effectively, Unfazed and Gamer Down really pushing now, so we've got a full tank of fuel, and Gamer Down is now on the racing soft tyres. Unfazed has gone for racing medium tyres, so pretty much the same strategy. Unfazed has gone racing medium, if I am not mistaken. Gamer Down has gone racing soft. We have, my friends, a split strategy on these two cars. Now, Gamer Dan really needs to make a move. Was he watching the pits? Does he know what tyres Unfazed is on? Probably going to know the fuel situation. Gamer Dan, if he was wise, will know that Unfazed probably had to pit there because of fuel. Or did he know that? I don't know. Did he know? I don't know. Gamer Dan, did you second guess Unfazed's strategy there? His tyre and his fuel situation. Oh, Gamer Dan getting a real wobble there. That's going to let Unfazed back through. Or were you just covering off Unfazed? Or was it part of the plan? I'd love to know. I would absolutely love to know. Right, nose to tail now. Going down here. Gamer Dan fancies the inside. Unfazed will know that he's there. Oh, really late braking from both of these two. What respect. Oh, looks like Unfazed might... Did he catch the back of that car? Or did he just manage to get that slowed down? No damage, it looks like, on the front of the cars. I think that was a perfectly timed move there. A little bump for Gamer Dan. Unfazed is saying, come on, let's go on with this. Let's catch up with the guys up front. He's having a little look up the inside. Up on the left-hand side, no, the outside, not even the inside. Come on, Mitchell, get your words right. He's having a look. Oh, this will be audacious if he goes through there. Thought he was going to go for the inside there, switch back under. He didn't. He's playing this respectfully and maturely. He knows there's lots of time to play out here. He's also learning as well now. Gamer Dan has had the opportunity to learn from Unfazed being out front, to see how Unfazed is driving and where he's quick and where he's possibly got an opportunity to overtake. But now at this point, Unfazed has got that same opportunity as they bear down on Too Good. Gamer Dan cannot afford to wait here. He needs to get past Too Good. Now this is for position. Whoa, what a move. I thought he was going to go up the inside there. Unfazed just getting it a little bit loose. Gamer Dan still looking right through. He's all over the curb there. He's managed to get that move done beautifully. Oh, and Too Good dives into the pits. That's freed up Unfazed. Oh, what a bit of luck for Unfazed. If Unfazed had got caught up behind Too Good through those little corners there, Gamer Dan, I think, would have been able to get away. So, luck falling the way of Unfazed. All of the rest of us diving into the pits. You can see that Welsh Boy was on soft tyres, and the rest of us pretty much on medium tyres. Gamer Dan's just saying in the chat, you see, it is very possible and quite easy to race side by side. Very much so. I love these replays when we've got two people that are racing so well together. So Gamer Dan and Unfazed now back out front. Greg White is in third. Welsh Boy in fourth, a little way back, it looks like at the moment. Quite a fair way back actually, we can't even see Greg White. I'm in fifth. I just see Welsh Boy in the distance. A little speck a million miles away. Borky going well in sixth. I will remind you that Borky has been taking tuition from Gamer Dan, our leader at the moment. And Borky is applying that tuition really well. He's got quicker and quicker and quicker. The consistency is there as well, and I can almost guarantee that in a 16 car race, doing 5 or 6 laps as we normally do, he's going to be mid-pack, and I don't think it's going to be very long before he's chasing for the lead. Too Good in 7th at the moment, and Orbulator a little bit further back, but I'm loving the fact that he is still going. Deep respect, my friend. Deep respect. I have a lot of time, just break my rig, I have a lot of time for people that keep on pushing and keep trying. And I'd love to have dropped back and raced with Orb. We've had some great races over the months, and it's great to see him racing back with us again. Really pleased. He's on the intermediate tyres at the moment, so maybe he was second guessing the weather. Unfortunately, the weather really didn't go our way, so that would have crucified his race. Unfortunately, he threw the dice. It could have been good. It could have gone that way. But back with our leaders. Gamer Dan out front with Unfazed. We are on lap 5 at the moment. What was it, about an 8-lap race? I think we did this one. So 18 minutes into this, 10 minutes to go. Look how close those two are together. Really want to jump on board, but I'm enjoying the fan view. We will go on board just to see Unfazed making a move on Gamer Dan. He doesn't manage to get it. Can he get the switch back underneath? Gamer Dan again. The back of that car getting very, very, very light. Unfazed with a run here. Side by side they go. Gamer Dan with the inside through there, but Unfazed is going to have the inside through this more important corner. Oh no, Gamer Dan gets out in front. Oh, Gamer Dan sweeps across the front. Unfazed almost cannonballs in there. That means that Unfazed is going to have to work now to catch up. I believe both of these two drivers are on controller, by the way. So that might explain the sort of twitchiness at the moment. Both, I believe, are on controllers. Unfazed closing up on Gamer Dan through their wall. This is in the practice. I got caught out because I had a stonking little section there in the I think it was in the quali, and unfortunately I got into the side of Gamer Dan, for which I was really, really, really sorry. Really kicked myself. But Unfazed closing up there, so I think Unfazed probably will know at this stage that Gamer Dan is not the quickest through there. Could that be an opportunity for a little bit of a dive bomb? It would need to be respectful, it would need to be safe, it would need to be committed. But these two boys raced together a lot, and they know the respect is there between each other. A little bit further back, Greg White with a penalty at the moment, but he can see these two now. He can see as the two up front are fighting. Greg White is really pushing on in the Honda, and Welsh Boy a little bit further back. So he's just coming onto the straight. I was chasing down Welsh Boy, pushing so hard. I've actually got a penalty there, and it did sort of tend to just at the back. They were just sort of running together. Too Good into the pits with a 1.5 second penalty. Change of tyres there. So was it mediums he went? Looks like it might have been medium. Orbalate is still running. Oh, we've got rain. The rain is starting to fall. Now, did that affect the guys up the front? So with me, I did start to get a little bit of the rain, but I think these two, what did they do? Let's stick with them. What did they do? The rain is now coming. The rain is definitely coming down now. The tyres, again, Gamer Dan's tyres, very, very worn. Unfazed tyres in a far better position. The fuel situation is very, very similar with these two. Almost identical at this point. They must have almost been reading each other's minds, I would imagine. Is Unfazed going to bump, draft, or go for it? Looks like he's going to go for it. You're never going to get round the outside here. You'll never go around the outside. That will never work. But he is then going to have the outside for this and then the inside for the next one. This is Bradley side by side. No, he does back out. Oh, looks for a little run up the inside. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. What a move that was. Wow. Let's just go back and have another quick look at that one. I almost want to do this in slow-mo. So Gamer Dan goes a little bit deep, and then Unfazed just sweeps underneath, and I'll have some of that, he says. Better tyres. Better tyres, more confidence. Through he went, and Gamer Dan, he knew the corner was gone. He didn't fight it. No shenanigans. And now he's on it. But all the time, Greg White can see this battle going on, and he's just reeling them in. Little bit by little bit by little bit. Unfortunately, Welsh Boy a little bit further back. Flames spitting out the back of this Nissan through this little section. You can see the flames flying out of the side of his car. But going on the fan view now, you can see the weather. So the weather actually hit them at just the right moment. But did they come in or did they carry on around? So we've got Unfazed out front, Gamer down in second, Greg White closing on these two while they were fighting. Okay, so Unfazed and Gamer down both dived into the pits, as did Greg White. What tyres? So Unfazed in mediums, Gamer down on softs, Greg White on mediums. So we've got 2 mediums, 1 soft. I love this split strategy stuff. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You can see the difference with the tyres. The medium tyres far less worn. Welsh boy in the pits as well now. So Gamer Dan comes into his pit stop, hits his marks. The guys go to work. The soft tyres come off. Then we've got another soft set going on. Fuel going in. I imagine they're going to fill these to the brim. So Unfazed and Gamer Dan both on full wet tyres. Full wet tyres for Unfazed, for Gamer Dan and for Greg White. Interestingly, you guys told me, I'm still in the pits at the moment, you guys told me to go intermediates. Now, I knew what the weather was going to do, but I did go inters. Welsh boys on inters. I'm coming out on inters, but I'm going to stick with these guys. We've got a 3-lap race, a 3-car race here. You can see me just on the intermediates there. These 3 guys on wet tyres. If only one of these had gone intermediates or even risked it, well, could you have risked that on the slicks? I think it would be too wet. But I think the inters were definitely the tyre to be on. These guys are actually at this point on the wrong tyre. You can see the wet weather gauge. It's only light blue. It isn't dark blue. Dark blue is full wets. When it's light blue, you want to be on intermediates. And all of these guys are just picking up intermediate weather, intermediate water at the moment, so they are on the wrong tyres. That has really surprised me. Those of you in the chat, what a call to put me on the intermediates. You guys got it spot on. I don't think we would have been able to race this on slicks. It is too wet. It's borderline wet tyres. Whoa, look at this, 3 wide. This can only end in tears, but it doesn't. It doesn't. 3 wide into there. My God, let's just go back and see that again from the chase cam. Which corner was it? It was a bit further back. Let's just come back to these guys. Who have we got? Greg White just takes the side there. Completely side by side into this corner. Unfazed. Oh, Greg White does just back out of it just to give these guys, but they're side by side. Unfazed came down, they're so going for this. What respect. Unfazed, that shows what happens if you have 3 racers who know how to respect each other. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. I do wonder what would happen if Greg White hadn't backed out of that. But my take on this is Greg White has been watching this battle up front play out, and I think he did the right thing. I think that Greg White did the respectful thing there. He backed out because he was the third of the 3, and he let the other 2 go through. And then Gamer Dan just managed to get through there, but these 3 guys are still very much together. As we come down to the right and then the tight left and the tight right, they're going to bunch up again. Gamer Dan just behind Unfazed, Greg White just at the rear. We're going side by side again. Still, this is just amazing. This is insane. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I've had enough, but I haven't had enough of this. I can never get enough of this. Oh, Gamer Dan with a penalty now. Oh man. Unfazed hits the front. Wet weather tyres. They're looking good. They're not worn. Greg White also on wet weather tyres, looking good. The fuel is fine. Greg White slightly better on the fuel situation. Gamer Dan as well. These guys, similar fuel situation, similar tyre situation. Greg White is now going for it. Unfazed is soaking up so much pressure. You can see his visor glinting in the window. Oh, they touch ever so slightly. Greg White and Unfazed is giving it everything. I imagine his heart is going 20 million miles an hour. Do you know what? I watch a lot of touring car racing. And you're not going to see anything better on the TV than we're watching right here. I've said it occasionally, and I don't say it very often, because when I say it, I really mean it. This is like watching a bunch of professional racers. These aren't a couple of wannabes, or 3 wannabes on a sim racer on a Friday night after they've been running for goodness knows how many hours. These are 3 guys in a racing team at Le Mans, the 24-hour of Le Mans, and absolutely on it. Oh, where's Gamer Dan gone? Oh my gosh, I think Gamer Dan's lost the plot at the moment. Or maybe he's just sitting there enjoying, like we are, this race out front. He's got a 1-second penalty now. Do you know, if he hadn't got the penalties, he'd been away now. He'd be so far out front. Here he comes. Greg White's hit the front. Unfazed. Gamer Dan going up the inside. Oh, how did he make that work? Did you? Oh, he's got inside. Oh my gosh. Unfazed must have seen that. Oh, let's just go back. Just do a little bit of a look on the from. Oh, where do I want to go? Let's just go back a little bit. I want to go on board with Unfazed, and is it Unfazed? I might have gone back a little bit too far now. So we've got Gamer Dan with an amazing move through there. I mean, that was just stunning. Then he gets it sideways. So absolutely fantastic on the way in, absolutely rubbish on the way out, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Oh, what driving. And I say that nicest possible way because I would have dropped that. I'd have been in the barrier, but no, Gamer Dan is right on the back of Unfazed now. Absolutely wonderful. Brilliant. Gamer Dan, I apologise. It wasn't rubbish on the way out. It was absolutely brilliant. What a move. But Unfazed, he is unfazed. Unfazed by that move. Managed to get back underneath. He did the swap underneath. Shumi, welcome my friend. He says if there was an award for the most improved, Unfazed would get it. I tell you what, there's some boys in here, Shumi, that are going to be chasing these guys very soon. There are some people working so hard. Gamer Dan saying pressure was setting in big time. Unfazed saying thank you to Shumi for that compliment. These boys are still with us. I was only going to look at a minute or two of this. This is the final lap. Greg White was behind these guys, slowly catching like a real professional. He's just played it beautifully, just minding. Oh yes, Gamer Dan gets up the inside with a beautiful move, but he's got a 1-second penalty. I was just saying, yeah, Greg White has played a brilliant race so far. He was catching slowly, watching this battle. He then got into the battle, and I don't know quite how, but he's managed to get himself into the lead by, I would say, probably getting on for a second right now as we get into the final part of this one. Unfortunately, they've strung themselves out a little bit. Let's just go on board with Greg White at the moment. Unfazed. Gamer Dan is catching him, you know. It's difficult to know where to look. Greg White, I think he's going to bring this home nicely. But Unfazed he's got Gamer Dan all over the back of him. The lights are flashing. Gamer Dan is flashing his lights at Unfazed. Unfazed is unfazed by that. The lights are still flashing. Oh, Unfazed gets it really squirmy on the line. He brings it across the line. We got Greg White in first, Unfazed in second, and Gamer Dan. Let's just go back and just watch those last 20 seconds on board with Gamer Dan. He's flashing his lights all the way through here. Unfazed soaking up the pressure. More flashing of lights. Come on, he gets a mistake there. They both get a mistake there. They both slide, and Unfazed still manages to bring it across the line. But I tell you what, actually, that was stunning. But I am going to give my driver of the day, I think, to this gentleman, Greg White. He played a blinder. He was watching all of that action unfold. He was reeling those guys in slowly, watching it. He made his move. The weather came. They all went for the same, and Greg White was the victor. Some fantastic action from Unsaved and Gamer down there, but I think Greg White, my friend, a well-earned win and my driver of the day. Absolutely wonderful. But what action from these two. Unfazed, Gamer Dan. Just some of the best, most respectful racing that you are ever likely to see on Gran Turismo. And you saw it right here on PlayStation Racer. It doesn't get any better than that. I think that this part of the video will be lifted and put into its own video with this commentary that I've just run, because it warrants it. It absolutely warrants it. I will get that done as soon as I can. But congratulations, Greg White. Commiserations to Unfazed and Gamer Dan, but congratulations on an awesome race. And I've said it and I'll say it again, that was like watching three true professionals going for it on a changing condition track with different strategies on the tyres. At the end of it, they all came together on the same strategy on the wrong tyre. We know from watching me in the earlier part of the race, you should have been on the intermediates, but it made for just the most amazing race. Anyway, I am going to call this one a day now. Thank you ever so much to everybody that has raced with me this evening. I really appreciate it. It was very different. We did a number of half-hour races, basically an hour turnaround. We did the Mitsubishi to start off with. We then jumped into the GR4, the GR3, the GR2, the GR1. But for me, that GR2 race was just amazing. Just absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, have a cracking weekend. Thank you for sticking with me. It's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to race with you and to watch you guys and to commentate on that last one. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing with your families. I will be back on Monday, 9 o'clock, all being well. Come and race with us. We'll be back to the normal 10 to 15 minute hop in, hop out races as defined by the randomizer. But for now, we are going to leave Circuit de la Sarthe, Le Mans. It threw up another classic, wonderful race. It was almost like a 24-hour Le Mans, that one. And yeah, that one's going to go down in the history books. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.